All right, it's your boy Puffinstein, aka Spankdog. Check me out at YouTube under Puffinstein and like, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah, I made sure to jot this down because I didn't want to lose my train of thought. So, I was saying sometimes when you see selfish people only take care of themselves, it'll make a person want to only take care of themselves too and say like, why should I help people when I see all these other people, they're selfish. And I said the answer is that we don't let other people's behavior dictate our behavior. If in your heart you believe God wants you to give, help, share, then you do so. You got to remember that greed is one of the seven deadly sins. So when somebody tells you to like share and stuff, that's, you could debate about whether you should or you shouldn't, but it's not a deadly sin. One of the seven deadly sins, greed is, you know. So I would remember it says, when you decide to keep everything for yourself or you see somebody keep everything for themselves and you imitate them, not only are you letting them dictate your behavior, you're committing one of the seven deadly sins. And that's where I went with it. um I think sometimes people think this is a joke. You see the autism hat. I don't think, I mean, unless you've seen other videos, you're only gonna know, like, if I don't be politically correct right here and now. And this me, when you see me, like, like careful, that's being politically correct. Or I gotta carry myself a certain way, because you can't let it hang out at the wrong time. You gotta have class, and it is what it is, man. You gotta think about your family. So like, if you letting it all hang out is a detriment to your family, you don't want to do that. So I was saying sometimes when you see selfish people only take care of themselves, it'll make a person want to only take care of themselves too and say like, why should I help people when I see all these other people, they're selfish. And I said the answer is that we don't let other people's behavior dictate our behavior. If in your heart you believe God wants you to give, help, share, then you do so. You got to remember that greed is one of the seven deadly sins. So when somebody tells you to like share and stuff, that's, you could debate about whether you should or you shouldn't, but it's not a deadly sin. One of the seven deadly sins, greed is, you know. So I would remember it says, when you decide to keep everything for yourself or you see somebody keep everything for themselves and you imitate them, not only are you letting them dictate your behavior, you're committing one of the seven deadly sins. And that's where I went with it. um I think sometimes people think this is a joke. You see the autism hat. I don't think, I mean, unless you've seen other videos, you're only gonna know, like, if I don't be politically correct right here and now. And this me, when you see me, like, like careful, that's being politically correct. Or I gotta carry myself a certain way, because you can't let it hang out at the wrong time. You gotta have class, and it is what it is, man. You gotta think about your family. So like, if you letting it all hang out is a detriment to your family, you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So um so what I was saying was a detriment to your family. um Gotta start again. Sometimes you gotta keep it kosher. Even with the YouTube thing, you know what I'm saying? I probably would have, messed up more. I don't think they care if you're natural like that. And, like maybe a curse word slips out here and there, but, there's no need to be extra vulgar, especially if you're trying to get money to help people you care about and to take care of yourself to a certain degree, you know. But I think definitely people don't understand how important it is to be okay with giving people that aren't equipped or aren't built to like make it through. You could say surviving, you could say lazy, but like sometimes I relate it to an ant farm. Probably if you watch that ant farm, some ants are gonna perform better than others. I don't think that there's much choice involved, and I think we put too much on how intelligent we are. So like you're like, how is he comparing us to ants? Now, even though we're not ants and we're way more intelligent than ants, if you observe from a distance, some people will have certain characteristics and some people wouldn't. And it would exist all across the globe, and there would be nothing that would be able to change that person from changing his daily routine. Or you would see a change, but like I said, certain people would be able to make it to a certain level and certain people wouldn't. So on this planet, we're always going to, and the mental health situation is not being addressed at all. It's bad. Like you got all that money. Like what's funny, man? They attribute shit that has to do with the mental health situation on hip hop. They forget a lot of those crimes you see in the news, even though they be in bad neighborhoods, and the dude looks like he might have on some clothes that people would consider like street attire. That has nothing to do with being tough or not, or being influenced by music. That has to do with the man needs help. He's got mental health issues. And of course he's in the hood. He ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody looking out for him. So like people act like people end up like that because of a hip hop influence. That's not true. And now I'm talking about some cases. We're definitely influenced. By certain things. You know what I'm saying? To do stuff that's ignorant. And it's more so the younger generation than the older generation, because when you're young you think you know everything, and when you're older you understand that you got stuff to learn all the way till you die. Even up until you pass away, you're gonna be learning stuff, and that's how a real person would view it. So like how you don't throw money at mental health facilities, good ones, and that's another thing too. Like, let's say the person's trying to get help because he knows he don't want to start running around the trains and harassing people, and then slowly he hasn't taken his medication and longer. And I mean, they even show it in Homeland, and Carrie's the main character in Homeland. When she's off her meds, she's wilding. You know what I'm saying? So you can't attribute that type of stuff to anything with street fascination or nothing like that. That's some dudes that need help, and we shouldn't bear the blame for. It don't matter. Some people, it don't matter. Where they're at, who they listen to, they're gonna have problems coping, and they're not gonna be able to deal with life like a person who's strong. And that don't mean that they don't deserve help. You know what I'm saying? The mental health situation is terrible. And you see all these people, you see like this ties into the all the celebrity gossip that's going on. I mean, I'm here talking, so this is what's going on. I'm not gonna not talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't want to really be part of the bochinche. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be attributing to the gossip. But it's like people are tired of the people who have, like I said, you come up with a brilliant idea. Next thing you know, you're a billionaire. That don't need to be just on stash. Like let's say you got 500 million invested into your companies. Nobody don't want you to touch that. You need that to keep things up and running. Let's see, you need another 100 million, so that gravy, another 200 million, 300 million. You still got 200 million left over. If everybody thought like that and we dumped it down to the lower society, the lower society wouldn't be so low no more. You know, it's okay. You come up with a brilliant idea. And I could understand you saying, well, they ain't put in no work, they ain't strive, they didn't do this, they didn't listen. We could agree to disagree, man. I'm not really here trying to stroke no egos. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give that up, man. For all you rich niggas that's tight that I'm saying this shit, you gotta take care of people, man. If everybody that had extra, made it where they was like I'm good as long as I do this, I'll be good till I'm gone. This everything else is extras. Let me make sure to take care of other people. Shit wouldn't be messed up like this. You know what I'm saying? You got people just hanging on to money that it's not doing nothing right now like that. You got it all tied up, just sitting there, and people out there starving. There's no mental health facilities. It goes further than that. Even regular health care, helping the poor. If a person's in a certain income bracket, it's okay to give them extras and take care of the poverty stricken because there's money to go around. But like I said, capitalism has made it where if you got a brilliant idea and there's no cap on how much you can make, if your brilliant idea triggers $1 trillion, you're a trillionaire. And it's because of an idea. And I'm not saying that it ain't hard work behind that, of course. Let's say there is no trillionaire. You got to have 999 billions. If you had $999 billion and you didn't automatically take like half of that shit to fix the world, you're a bozo, period. You know what? I think that's a good note to leave it on, man. The Taraji P. Henson thing and Cat Williams and Oprah, and I can't believe that I said Oprah and I'm going to say P. Diddy after. And literally, like, they're almost being looked at in the same light, and one is a deviant. And I ain't gonna throw dirt on Oprah's name. Like, I'm just saying that's how it is. It seems that the internet's on fire. I don't know her to like. That's the one that I be careful with because she does stuff. I believe that Taraji P. Henson had a solid reason to get upset, but like I would have to really know Oprah's resume as far as helping people to talk crap about her. So I'm not even like what's going on with P. Diddy. You know, um, um, it ain't looking good, but I ain't quick to like be like, oh, he's a deviant and this shit is all allegedly. And niggas be saying allegedly and then just keep talking about it like it's like they just said allegedly to be safe, but then they keep gossiping. You know, I don't know what P Diddy did. I wasn't there, but I'm not gonna act like I don't look at it and just like a quick speculation say it looks like Cassie has a substantial gripe. I definitely look at it like that, but I still don't throw dirt on a man's name if I didn't see what happened or none of that. You know, um, everybody, R. Kelly, all of them, I wasn't there. I don't know. You know, as far as like people who I would run with in the industry, I got right now a lot of respect for Math Hoffa. I got a lot of respect for my son. I got a lot of respect for Papoose. You know, Kanye be having me like on the ropes, like it's crazy. He's one of the upper echelon people that looks like he really wants people to understand that you gotta invest in yourself. And Dame Dash too is another one. But it's hard to collaborate to get people on the same page. Just one disagreement and it collapses. If you're really gonna collaborate with somebody, you should be open to just not getting mad at all and hearing everything. And even if you think that you're better at it than the other guy, y'all are a team. You're not supposed to act like you better than the other man. Even if it's solid, you're supposed to treat that man equal. You know what I'm saying? They were saying that Taraji was angry because now she's 50 years old, and there's only a certain amount of gigs for 50-year-old actresses. And before she was on some get along, it's okay if everybody else gets the treatment as long as I'm good. But I don't think that's true. Not after what Monique said about Oprah and what Cat Williams is saying about the comedians stealing jokes, and Bernie Mac has that famous joke where he talks about don't ever say a joke in front of other comedians because you'll see them performing it. And he said he was dead serious, and it was funny. People were laughing, but Bernie Mac was laughing too, but he was dead serious. He was on some in the hip hop game, niggas copy flows, and they lucky that they don't press them over that because there's certain flows that are recognizable, and if somebody spit like Eminem or Jada or Jay-Z to the exact T, you're gonna notice. But it's gotten to the point where people don't even care. The new wave music, the flow, you could imitate it, and they don't even get mad really. One time I seen XXX Tentacion say that Drake took his stuff, but everybody sounds alike. I don't even like. When I was talking about the other MCs like Eminem and Jada Kiss and Jay Z, yeah, because those are legends. But like if you talked about 21 Savage and Little Durk and XXX and Tentacion and other rappers, Soldier Boy or whatever, it's more of a cadence thing. So like it's hard for me to differentiate them when it comes to guys that like are into rhyming at a certain speed and being ultra poetic, and not no knock on their music because I mess with it first of all. And when you got good beats, even if a guy slow flows, it starts to become more about the substance and what he's talking about. And the drill niggas go hard. That shit is hard, and I love some of that shit. You know, But right now, to be honest with you, my music, like the shit that I mess with the most, is still always like the most lyrical, the best beat, the best drums, the best melody. You know, even tempo don't matter. Whatever. If you sound good to a slow tempo or a fast tempo, if when I hear the song it's something that's crazy to me, I'm gonna give the artist props. It don't matter what part of the nation he's from, what kind of genre. And even with other musics, I listen to pop, I listen to rock, I listen to alternative, I listen to all that shit because we were sampling before, you know, like I compose. So like I'm not even playing like the shit that I just released, the Block Life Till the End freestyle. I don't even know if people get it. Like I'm saying, I engineered it. Like what you go to the studio for, I didn't go to no studio. That was made in my house by me on my equipment. Then the composition you hear, the beat with the acoustics, the melodies with the acoustics, every melody is played by me and the acoustics are played by me. Not only that, I had to shoot the film for Delph because the guy who shoots for me wasn't on deck, and sometimes it'd be late even, and I just want to do like some quick stuff. And now that I know how to edit, I put up the Block Life to the End freestyle, you know, but the it's not a knock on the other guys. They definitely, like I said, as long as it's hard, poetic, um, 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 fly beat, it don't matter. Everything and anything, as long as it sounds good. Period. Same thing with the dressing. If it looks good, I fucks with it. You know. And like I said, like certain brands I use more just for tees and shorts, bullshit shorts for the house, whatever. And then other things I try to look nice or whatever. So but anyway, yeah, another one, the Dave Chappelle, the black men wearing women's clothing. How many people are screaming that? When that many people are screaming that it's a thing, you know what I'm saying? You see it on with your own eyes. How many black dudes you seen get dressed up like women in the last 20, 30 years in movies? A lot. 40 movies even. I go back to the 80s. So yeah, the last 40 white dudes do it too, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if they do it to like sort of demasculate, try an attempt to demasculate, the black man, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, how you call it? Yeah, it seems like they try to do it to every single famous black man to get them like dressed up somehow, you know what I'm saying? And the Oprah thing, I don't know what she does, but she needs to chip some of that off to the lower societies, bro. The lower financial societies. We're not animals. We just don't make as much money as you. Oprah earned her money. You know what I'm saying? She did a lot of smart stuff, but I mean, like, what is earning $1 billion? What could you possibly do that earns you that much money? Like, I see people kill themselves for less. For 30,000, 40,000 a year, they absolutely kill themselves. I don't know if Oprah is like, 9 to 5 like that. Like her job equates to a 9 to 5, but it should, cause she gets paid. Fuck, like we over here talking about somebody who gets paid $30,000 a year and somebody who gets paid, 100 million a year. Now, we're talking about the guy who's $30,000-$40,000 a year. The boss be on him on some, you better do good or I'm gonna fire you. I doubt that she feels the stress of that, but she probably feels the stress of making things work. You know what I mean? But she gets paid well for it. The guy who kills himself for 30,000-40,000, he don't get paid well for it. I love it. Even if you ain't gonna look out for, let's say you're talking about you don't want to help with people that are like a homeless level because you think it's their fault that they're like that. So, but what's your reason for not helping the working man that's barely making ends meet? Like you say, oh, you gotta earn it. Like the dude's earning it. He works harder than you, and you make $100 million a year. So by your work ethic theory, he should be getting at least as much as you. It's not about work. It has to do with luck too. Sometimes you luck up. You go to school. You're passionate about something. You catch a break. Somebody sees you good. You look very good at what you're doing, and they could capitalize off of your talent. Y'all eat together. Next thing you know, you're put into another position, and it's not that it's not earned. It's that there's people that work just as hard, but that it's not even that they can't find the root. The root don't exist. You were lucky enough to find, it's like a hidden root that takes a little luck. I know a lot of people out there that are real super hard grinders, 60-hour a week workers, and they can't generate enough money to have a savings account. You know, like I was talking that Robin Hood shit before, but we won't be easy with that one. Like that's not literal. So like people are crazy. They'll be like, "Oh, he means it." Like nah. Fuck. I got a disabled child. I can't skip out on him because I'm robbing from the rich to give to the poor. I'm just saying, like the whole take from the rich and give to the poor thing is yeah, but not like by force. You know what I'm saying? It would have to be through talks. Can knock sense into them. You know what I'm saying? But like if they disagree, you gotta let people be free. That's why Americans are off the hook because they love the freedom. You can say what you want about our country, but in other countries they'll kill you for talking about the leader, and they'll throw you in jail for 100,000 years for a brick of hashish. So some people like they don't understand how good we got it out here. Even though, yeah, the cops be bugging, fucking hell yeah, they shoot people, innocent black people for no reason. Black lives matter, yeah, and it's not about that white lives don't matter. It's that they not in danger. The black people, the cop ain't just looking at a white man and blowing him away. It's the black people that are getting looked at and blown away. So white lives matter takes away a little bit from the true meaning. Y'all getting hung up on why is it only black lives that matter? It's like how could you even look past the whole point of white lives are not in danger. The cops ain't blowing white people away like they blowing black people away. Period. And it's not about like siding with a race and nothing like that. That's facts. Facts. I'm not saying that like, a black guy walks out down the block and the cop just draws and shoots, you know what I'm saying? But, somebody the other day told me, I don't call the cops because, let's say my son is acting crazy and I call the cops on my son and it ends up ending up where the cop chokes him and he can't get him to let go and he ends up choking his son to death. You called them boys, and then they killed your son. and all you wanted them to do was like, put them in check or whatever. Let's say I don't, I would never. I don't call them boys. I would never. I would never. I don't call them boys. If I can't handle it myself, it don't get handled. That's on my father. You know. Rest in peace, Johnny Lowe. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. That's just how I feel. I'm not saying for kids to follow that rule, and like I said, that's for people that come up a certain way. And to be honest with you, you know, um, it's even on some more go hard shit. Like certain people like me would be like, even dude like because I'm not messing around no more and haven't in a long time. So like, it's on some like you a civilian shit. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Any problem I can't handle and it just don't get handled. That's it. I'll call 911 like in an emergency if somebody getting hurt and stuff like that or whatever. But like if something happened to me from another individual, like I said, I just don't call them boys. So, but yeah, I don't want to. Like I said, I'm not riding the coattails. Cat Williams said, he would throw a certain amount of a certain chunk of his change towards the more impoverished societies and the actual, like the totally poverty stricken, and people that even can use help. And that's gangster. That's real. You know, that's what you don't hear come out of people's mouths enough. They're like, I don't want nobody's money. I'm good. I'm talking about other people. For right now I'm good. The day I need help, I would tell people if I needed help. I don't need no help right now. Thank God. I'm not looking for no handout. I'm talking about mentally ill people, or people that just, some people get head starts. They don't even know it. Like, they talk about privilege. It's not just white privilege, privilege period. If you didn't come up in the slums, it's a privilege, because if you were brought up in the slums and like you're born into that. That you didn't choose it, it falls on your lap, So people like when a little kid is born in some projects in a neighborhood where there's a ton of murders per capita. For you to expect that young man to rise above it all is noble, like if he does it, but the expectations are way more higher than a person that gets a head start. Or if you want to call it a regular start, then they're starting from behind. It's even worse because that means they're below level, you know. Yo, man, I'm gonna let y'all go, man. This is your boy Spankdog. You know what it is, man. Feed the poor, feed the hungry, you know what I'm saying? Lower them rents in New York. Shit is crazy. That's why there's so many people homeless. And I know the landlords are like, what you mean lower the rents? I mean, like, lower the mortgages too. Like, make it where everybody could thrive. Greed. Remember, this is what it's really about. It's about greed. This ain't about living off of the Cat Williams situation and the Oprah situation and the P. Diddy situation and the, like this is just me saying, greed is no good. You talk about if you got a dilemma of whether you should help or you should keep it for yourself and you can spare it. And I don't mean just spare it and like you might be like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. Like not like that. I'm talking about literally. Like if you could literally swing it and there's no skin off your back, that's greed. I know I said I was gonna leave it at that before, but now I'm gonna leave it alone. You already know. Big Spank Dog, Bushwick, Best Eye. Ridgewood, Queens, Gates Ave, Grove, Menahan, Ralph, Willoughby, Gates Ave. You already know.